Hey guys, and welcome back to the Interceptor. We are here with Alliance War Season 28, Number 9, where ASR has matched against TCN. Our last two matchups have been GT40 and Kenobi. Two of the top three alliances. Probably the three most dominant alliances right now are Kenobi, GT40, and ASR, and then Noon is also top four. And yeah, we're trying to not die again because I really do not want to die more than once in a season. That would be really bad. I was actually assigned the team of Ghost, Wasp, and Ant-Man today, and there was one fight in Section 2 that I'm supposed to use Ghost for, but I actually asked my officers if I could use Nick Fury for that fight instead. I said I would turn off Suicides just for that one fight and then turn them back on. He said that's alright because I didn't really need the Ghost synergies. But the literal last fight that I did, like before this fight, the last fight I did in War was me dying to America Chavez. So it's kind of nice to get my revenge on her. Like, she's dead. It's really nice. And there, I did not need the three hit guaranteed crit because I knew the first one would kill. She was at 2%. So yeah, it feels really good to get some revenge on her. She did throw that one random heavy, but it didn't activate any of the abilities, and even if it had, it would have only activated and lowered my cruelty because I interrupted before the first hit. But now we have long shot on Masochism. It does feel like I've been taking Path 1 in Section 2, Path 1 in Section 1, like really frequently, probably 4 or 5 times this season already. Probably 4 times out of the first 9 wars. And then here, I whiffed, so that was a little weird, just because he didn't dash in, and I did actually get clipped, so that cost me a few potions, but yeah, and this is, by the way, the first time I've ever used Nick Fury in War. I never used him as a 4-star when that was the meta. The 5-star, I still don't have a 5-star Nick Fury, not even an unduped one, and I have a 6-star rank 3 duped. And I duped him like a month ago from a Nexus, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was a Nexus. And yeah, I've been using him. And this is going to be a pretty sketchy fight. I'm actually going to turn off my face cam just for the rest of the vid. And look at his power bar in this fight. I think I got tagged there, which is why I lost a little health. And I got a rupture debuff on me. So basically, because Sasquatch has such a massive health pool, my tech boosts do not get me enough power. So right there, I just had him never throw a special tech. If he had thrown one, I was well over halfway into like his side of the screen, so I could have just delayed the fight and I would have been completely safe. But now we have this Spider Gwen, and I don't know if my L1 boost lasts for this. I think it does. Yeah, it actually does with 30 seconds left. So the same thing as last war. We get all of our first 4 fights in. By the way, I went 1 to 4 last war as well. So literally the exact same 4 nodes. I used Ghost for all 4 fights both times, and I used an L1 boost that lasted for all 4 fights both times. So it was really nice. And we're just gonna wait till we get like 2.5 bars, and then right there I went for an evade, or I went for a second hit in my combo. Honestly, do not know what I was doing. That was insane and ridiculous. There was no reason to do that, but I did. I just parried, and I got a hit in to remove my passive crit, whatever it's called. And then I threw special 2, and she died. So now we are going back in. This is Section 2, and I only have 2 fights here, but I am boosting up 30% boosts. I turned Suicides off for this fight on Mr. Fantastic because this is a horrible, horrible fight. If you have Suicides on, he's just fully unblockable literally the entire fight. We're using Nick Fury here, and I just got an Eternal Bleed right there. So basically you're just going to want to throw your L1, and you are going to briefly get that weakness debuff, but then you're going to shrug it off and you're going to become unblockable. Which is really nice. We're going to end with some light attacks. I saw the opportunity there, but I didn't want to push him to an L2. I don't know why, because it's not really scary, but I didn't. And then here I'm going to throw another L1. I'm not really too concerned about the time of this fight, because at this point the war was already decided. We knew who was going to win. So we're doing good. And I have no debuffs at this point, so I can do full combos and will never be evaded. But I throw one more L1, and then I believe my next combo is going to kill. So, yeah, obviously this is not the optimal way to play this fight. The optimal way is probably to save for an L2 and use heavy attacks to remove the debuffs, but there is a small chance for an evade if you do that. That fight goes down, and we just have the one fight left, which is a rank 3 6-star Overseer on the Intercept Mini. So I just sped up this part of the video where I changed my masteries. We're just going to throw on the Suicide masteries. So for that Nick Fury fight, I just went with like half my masteries, half my attack masteries. And then there I couldn't really think of a better spot to put them, so I just put my 3 points in greater strength. And yeah, we're going to get this done. I turn Suicides back on, of course. And this is a pretty easy fight, honestly. I don't think Overseer is a very good defender. He has some interesting defensive abilities, but they're just not strong enough. So what we're going to do in this fight is... oh yeah, and by the way, I used a regen boost for the last fight. I finished at 100%. I just used a regen boost because I had like 5 expiring. At this point already, I've sold about 3 or 4 because I just never get the chance to use them because I'm all like, for literally every fight I have either an L1 boost or invulnerability on. And then right here, my L2 sends me to an L3, so I do have to throw an L3. But what that means is that when I get out of this L3, he is going to be at an L2, and I'm going to let him throw it. I could probably do this extra 15%, but he throws it instantly before I have the chance. So now he just has his auto block up, and while he has his auto block up, he is stun immune, and I do have the armor break on me, so that just means I'm going to have to reparry. I was going to reparry, he just never gave me the chance to. And then right here, I'm going to throw an L1 because I knew it would kill, and I had my intercept up. So there we go. Super, super clean war. Other than me taking a few hits against Sasquatch and Longshot. But compared to last war where I died, and in another fight I ended with like 8%, I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, that is the end of today's war. We did take home the victory versus TCN, which is going to make us 8-1 on the season. But it was not a very close war. I believe the final score was 4-8. Yeah. And it was actually pretty interesting. Half the deaths for both alliances came in BG1. So attack, we lost 2 attack bonus, and on defense we had 4 kills. So I just thought that was a little interesting. But yeah, that's going to be it. And by the way, after war number 8, I did not show the standings. We were down to 2nd place. GT40 passed us, and then because we were both 7-1, and then in this war, GT40 actually lost to Kenobi, which means we passed them again, and we moved back into 1st place. So if we just win these last 3 wars, we will finish the season in 1st place. And GT40 is in 3rd now, and them and Kenobi are tied with the record of 7-2. So if we finish 11-1, we will win the season. So yeah, we are now 8-1. Our death total is still at 1. Our PSR is 46 out of 47, so 98%. And then our deathless streak is basically just the fights from this war because I died in my last fight last war, so we were at 6. That is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.